this is Gaither Stevens from the Gulf Coast Partnership. Today I'll be showing you in ServicePoint how to run a CoC APR for yourself as a regular user. A lot of times system administrators will run CoC APR using ART, but as a user you can also run a report, and I'll show you how to do that. So first you'll click on the Reports module over on the left hand side of the screen. You'll find the CoC APR button, click on that. And then you'll search for your provider. In this instance, we're going to use Inglewood Helping Hand because they have been working on their data quality, putting in a lot of work to try to get it bumped back up because they've been entering in clients for the first time. So we're going to search for Inglewood, and then we're going to choose the project we want, which is Inglewood Helping Hand Other, and we're going to hit the green plus sign next to their name to add them. I'm going to then put in a date range, and we're going to do quite a long duration for them, but you could also do this as per a month or a year or whatever time frame you might want to put in there. And then you would choose the entry exit type that the provider normally uses. A lot of times that's HUD, or for like a VA program it could be, or project could be the VA. For this one it's basic. We do a basic entry, and then once you have this filled out, you just click build report. And it might take a minute because I am doing a long period of time from October 1st, 2016 through today. So this will take a minute to build. And again, I want to point out that this particular provider has been doing a bunch of data quality cleanup, doing a really good job. So you're going to see a bunch of errors, but they've been addressing them, and we're making them better. So it's still building. Again, long duration, takes a few minutes or a few seconds. And there we go. We have the APR all set up and ready to go. We can start scrolling through here, and the first thing you might notice is some of the numbers are blue and then some are black. If there is a blue number, you can click on it and that will bring up a dialog box that has the clients that are included in these numbers. I'm not going to click on them because they will bring up the client's name and client ID, and so for data protection I'm not going to click on the numbers. But say for example I wanted to find out this client, this number 1 right here, who is it that's missing this information? I would click on that 1 and it would bring up a box, and then I could even download it into an Excel file that I could open up later. So as I'm looking through here, I'm going to look at missing information, client doesn't know, refused. Those are some of the things I'm going to look at. Data issues, I could click on this and I could start going through and seeing why there are data issues. Like for example, I think I clicked on the first person and the social security number started with a really low number for a 17-year-old, which is highly unlikely. So again, I'd click on these numbers, I would open up the clients and see what's going on. Error counts here, 1. There's a relationship to have household errors, so you could click on this and it would pop up. Disabling condition. As you can see, there's a lot of different options and errors that can be potentially hazardous, so you'd want to look at. But they're all pretty well, I think, pointed out. Missing information. This is another one that would concern me. Anytime it says with only children, that's kind of unusual that you'd have a house with only children, only under 18. So this is something I would click on, this 14, and see if this is accurate, that these kids should be by themselves and they showed up without a parent. And then you can just kind of go through, and there's lots of good information in the CoC APR. It breaks it down pretty far. Income is really good to look at. I believe there's like annual assessment in here as well. But it gives a lot of good context for the reports and for the clients that we're working with. And it's a pretty exhaustive report. So anyway, this is a CoC APR. Users can run this through the reports dashboard, and it's a good supplement to what the sysadmin runs in the ART. Something else I'd like to point out is when we do an ART report as a sysadmin, it takes 24 hours for that data to update in the data warehouse and make it available to the users. Whereas this CoC APR at this report level, if I were to say this number is, say down here I had this missing information right here for this name, and I were to click this, get the person's name or the client ID, fix this error and then rerun this report, this would go down to 0. So there's not that 24-hour lag when running this report. Any updates you make are done practically in real time. So being a transactional database, it happens very quickly. So as you make changes, you can go back and see your changes updated in the error counts, and hopefully you'd see them dropping and getting better as you're improving the data. Anyway, I just want to show this to everyone, and thank you for watching, and enjoy the CoC APR report.